Monday bia say na monim ewo happy morning show jumedie no so no onem say especially made for editors, into editors of newspapers, your favorite newspapers or newsstands, you know. You know more more ever some of the pertinent issues are ekoso group na ene ocean sema ebe discuss there na ye di beche National Cathedral Buharis ekoso war flogging incidents, any human rights issues are up fix the country omoni Ghana Police Service or more back and forth kakra etumi akoso any Sema ekoso fire security in Ghana, we share national security message on the bar over the weekend. For movement almost sports up north, our Bumprugu area honum no. Ninyina and sema ebe discuss and we share development in Nigeria. And ninyina no your editors no mutinasia they would have their take on some of these issues. I've been joined by the editor of the Ghanaian publisher, Mr. Obeng Manu, Wabekansa, Yabeshe Jumedi Nase, WhatsApp News editor, David Tamaklo, Enchebia, Obabekansa, Yadi Jumedi no, Ebe Shisheso. But Mr. Obeng Manu, no matter ever happy morning, so I know.
Ray.
It was back up.
My Joseph.
Na title now the man. What's the senior campaign manager?
Senior campaign manager. No more really.
Ejumanesi.
More really into the.
Yeah. So Obeng Manu, Anopedia, Yabeshasia na Yanfa security and Shasia. I think so over the weekend. No, you've been following developments over Nigeria. Any unfortunate incident is here. Some 50 people have lost their lives at Bebrena Ewa Hospital. Church attack and a cause. So, and over the last few weeks, you know, your national security opinion for have been cautioning us to see our Jumedie also see something, say something about the threats of bandits and terrorism in Yamano. Moti Nigerians and Semno, how did you take it? Just opposing on Sema national security culture as Ghanaians know, what should we be doing?
Nidi kan chiana machia achieve one ahwefo nyina
omojoso
na ekoso da obo ade asese wo ma yahoden na yetumi ahia na ja yenso so adwen kire kakra betimi akire na abo ma ne nkankwa na puntu yetumi akire yeah free 1996 I think so free a whole bana sa enkofo a you or one person money habit. One person nipa we are seeing you be called Kayano. Some of in the idea heavy as a share me see or 9/11 with some of the night in Crawford. What the area and which go from Islamic State and as ISIS for. Say, Uko Ethiopia, Uko Somalia, and Kenya, Al-Shabaab for and Microphobia for me, it could be Nigeria. I say, Boko Haram. I say, Udinina, Ebubuma, a time. Wait me, I say, and Pimpi, you know. As a time or mother time a bind or tear kunyasono, and I say, she be a bind a day ba. Our mojidi say, and sometimes, unfortunately, as some of say an incremusum, for instance, so call a friend say Nigeria, Boko Haram, or more, any say when they want to make sure say Nigeria, Islamic State, no more timia implemented. Sharia law ne sa na no nti no hwa nhye ne omo attacking na most of the time against Christians, against church institutions, against government institutions and sa na no and there a hard dream it sounds you see over the weekend say be we dwere free so o kwa akosom nyankopon na wasen aba Nankasa be said you Mohammed Nebota and say or chenko for Islam. Now Islam no, of course the only difference between nkramufo ne Christopher nkramufo agi Muhammad di and ombogidi say ombetimi akọ agye nanim through Muhammad.
Yeah.
Christopher yagi Yesu di efi say betimi akọ agye nanim through Yesu Christo. Enti dia kan say na sese eba. Enti say masori kwesi da adware akọ asori dem say me kwa akosom Nyankopon a watam tu wo de be wura asori dem ho. Why ne obey wodi ukun mi wie na so ukun nipa ne wie no dey and wo as a person na we involved in that and as a person na o proto sa dey no dey and when you free and o share sa Islamic activities a ukọ Ghana yesro ho a ukọ Burkina ukọ Mali ukọ Niger and those countries now are from Sahel regions, you know. I say, of course, there are challenges with their governance system.
Yeah.
Until I say, and also so no, I contribute to. It sounds like governance, you know, how any nema a woman, you know, intimate ma and for at intimate ma security agencies, you know, and yet focus to deal with those challenges. And my Ghana over the past month, you know, national security has stepped up. So public awareness, of course. So share near Ecoso, Ibiako, Nigeria, Nano Yaya TBB, AC or Togo. I say, my friend saying, of course, there has been some incident in Ivory Coast. And just say, or minor or more child who are sharing in ano, they are facing this. So it is natural for you to anticipate. Say, certainly, you will not be an island.
Yeah, but Mr. Manu Mpacho, who the thoughts no mamekaka na menkwa homano so na yene journalist ewo Nigeria achichi nkomo efa de ekoso ewo omo country enti Mark Liodo joining me ewo homano so Mark, good morning to you and welcome to the Happy Morning Show.
Good morning, brother. How are you guys?
We are doing very well, and we hope that the people of Nigeria are getting out of the shock and sadness that they had to deal with after the unfortunate incident yesterday.
Amen. It's quite unfortunate. Very, very sad situation. It was a Black Sunday. It was a Black Sunday in Nigeria. Very sad. You can't imagine how a group of persons, terrorists or whatsoever they are called in quotes, would disguise themselves, go sit in church as if they've come to attend church service. Afterwards, lock people inside, kidnap the priest, and beginning to cause mayhem, start killing people, toddlers, children, adults, everybody was just shooting and killing sporadically until they finished what they think they had come to do. It was a very sad one for the country. Very, very sad. Well, especially at this time when we're in that, do I call it transition period, where political parties are at the verge of getting their flag bearers for the much anticipated elections come 2023. It's one stage in the country's history that we will not forget very, very soon, because already the tension is high in the political field.
Yeah.
Come talk about this again. It's a combination of it's sad. It's sad.
Mark, bring us up to speed with where this incident took place. The Ondo State, has it always been a targeted area for terrorists?
No, although Ondo State has a record in the past of because it's a major way that leads to Lagos. When you are coming from the south down to the north, or vice versa, it's one place you would always pass. And Owo is notorious for armed robbery. That's what I know.
Okay.
It's one area that you can significantly say they used to be, it's popular. It's very popular with, they robbed in Owo because of the strategic nature of the place.
Okay.
But when it comes to this magnitude of banditry attack or this magnitude of terrorist attack, it's not really been heard of in times past. Though we've heard of bank robbery, serious bank robbery, where they take siege on bank for like 1-2 hours and rob. Though afterwards, some of them were arrested. We've had that history in the past about that particular area. But this one that has to do with church, I don't know what is it that one is looking for in the church to rob. You understand? And the sequence in which attacks have happened, especially to the Catholic Church, in the past 72 hours is quite alarming. I was in Benue State yesterday, before I returned to Abuja in the night, to cover an event. And the governor in the state government house was vehemently, bitterly complaining about there was a priest that was even kidnapped on Saturday. Kidnapped a couple of days. Then somewhere in Kogi State too, in the North Central too, a priest again was kidnapped on Saturday. Only for yesterday, Sunday, again, for the Catholic Church to be attacked. And all this thing happens against the Catholic Church. You look at the one in Benue State was a Catholic priest. The one in Kogi State on Saturday was a Catholic priest. And the one in Owo happens to the Catholic Church again, with the priest being kidnapped.
But Mark,
you understand?
Mark, I'm sure you would be following some of the conspiracy theories, with regard to what's happening with the Catholic Church. But what can you say could be the reason why the Catholic Church seems to be the target for these bandits or terrorists?
Even personally, as a person, I have been trying to analyze the situation itself, and had come to my conclusion that this particular attack on the Catholic Church must have a strong undertone that I am still trying to come up with. As at this morning, when I woke up, I was going through notes and I was doing the analysis of this place was attacked, a priest was kidnapped, here is a priest, here is a priest again. Okay. And I tried to go back to, in recent days, to listen to statements made by Catholic faithfuls and the Christian Association and all of that so that I can trace it to one particular one. Up till now, I'm still searching on that. I haven't found any, though we've got one particular Catholic priest, Reverend Father Kuka, who is very, very outspoken, who has really spoken against certain happenings in the land and all of that. But I don't know if that could be the rationale why targets will be on Catholic Church, because Catholic Church has been a very one of the mother church in the country, very peaceful and all of that. And with the terrorists, sometimes when you're beginning to see their sequence in attacking, and you see that their plan is geared towards one direction, then there is a reason why they've agreed that, okay, let it be like this. Initially, while this is under investigation to know the real culprit, I would have concluded that, okay, well, let's wait until we get the culprits before we conclude that they are Fulani headsmen or other unknown gunmen. Okay. Because across the country, different parts of the countries now, we have different sections of people carrying illegal arms, causing mayhem. You go to the southeast, you have them. Go to the north, you have the Boko Haram and all of that. You go to the south, you have the unknown gunmen. You go to the southwest too, we have those that are agitating for seizures, ceding the country and all of that. You come to the north central, I think they are relatively better, but still, you still have what we call the headsmen terrorizing the area. So you're beginning to ask yourself, who, how, where is this all coming from? But because of the sequence of it now, I'm beginning to believe that the terrorists are behind this thing. The terrorists, they've entered into virtually every part of the land, and they're finding their way until the country make security, decide not to politicize security issue, let everybody comes together and see that we can fight this together as a people. Mark, and we will continue to be sitting on a long bench.
Well, Mark, you spoke about security and politicization of security. What's the state of affairs when it comes to the Nigerian security trying to contain the threat of these bandits and terrorists? I mean, what is the government doing as far as these threats are concerned?
Yeah, in recent years, especially under President Buhari, a lot of funds have been invested into the security system, a lot, and a lot of fighting equipments have been brought into the country. America giving, Russia giving, spanning into multi-millions of dollars. China giving, Russia giving, America giving. So we brought in a lot of equipment to be able to curtail. You look at the situation in the northeast, you realize that if you even hear the Boko Haram attack in the northeast and all of that, that one is a bit played down now. And it's prudent now, we technically, or we agree with ourselves, that it is this same element in that side that has infiltrated into other parts of the country, the north central, the south, east, southwest, and the northeast and the rest. You understand? Then now these guys themselves come in the name of herdsmen, come in the name of unknown gunmen, and they are attacking here and there. You understand? And the country, having invested so much, the result concomitantly does not really match the investment for now. Though I know it's not going to be a 9-day overnight thing. We expect it, because the kind of guerrilla, the kind of fight they are fighting, come from behind, attack, go back, come from behind, attack. The country has got to really, the security architecture has got to, in my view, there should be a national security summit where all stakeholders will come on board and we address holistically the security issues. I think it has got to be given back to the people until the people beginning to own their security situation. And that has got to do with government policies when it comes to security matters, so that they can devolve the security architecture. The Nigerian security system is so centralized that sometimes authority has to come from the center for certain actions to be taken. You understand? So they need to review certain national policy on security system so that people can own their security and fight it. In as much as some school of thought have argued that when you decentralize the security system so much that you allow states, local government, authorities to begin to own their own security, they will use it against the system itself. But I think I would still go with that school of thought, because
Mark, before we bring the conversation to an end, you have been following developments in Nigeria in terms of these attacks and the investigations that have been commissioned. Have there been any significant headways as far as, investigations, arresting and prosecuting some of the people involved in some of these acts? Has Nigeria made any headways in that?
Yeah. They've been series of, in many cases, they've been series of arrests. They've been series of arrests. Proven one that, like the military guys that were beheaded somewhere in the southeast, husband and wife that were beheaded somewhere in the southeast recently. After a few weeks, the culprits were apprehended just a couple of days. You understand? Some of the security guys are dogged. They are working. They are doing a couple of arrests. But what we are saying is that before the arrest, why can't we look for preventive take preventive position instead of allowing this thing to happen? Then after a while, we'll start investigating, and looking for arrests. Let's try and find a way to prevent it. There have been series of arrests. There have been series of prosecution. There have been series of proper investigative work has been going on. They've been arresting a couple of people. Even this one that has happened now, I have no doubt in my mind that after a few weeks, you hear that the culprits are apprehended. But should we allow it to happen before we start talking of apprehension? Let's be holistic. Let's be realistic and beginning to fight the situation itself. Let's not even allow it happen. Mark, it's sad. It can be anywhere. It can be anybody.
Mark. Before you go, officially, how many people lost their lives in yesterday's attacks, and how many are possibly in hospital as we speak?
From my findings, it was speculated that about 70, blah, blah, blah. But from my findings, a few colleagues told me it's in the range of 50 persons, but no specific figure. I can't authoritatively give you this is the exact figure. We are still getting feelers from that side. I'm still, my satellite is still on to them. I'm speaking with friends and colleagues on that side. It's a bit far from Abuja. I'm in Abuja. And it's about, 7 hours from Abuja. So I can't go there. Yesterday I was in Benue to attend to another function. So I can't. But a couple of persons too who are hurt at the hospital taking treatment. The president has come out to condemn it. Said in his word, he said that darkness can never overtake light. It's very sad. The Christian Association of Nigeria has come out to condemn. Even some Islamic clerics and groups have come out to condemn the barbaric acts, and they call it evil demonic from the pit of hell. So I can't give specific figures, but I think we'll keep in a couple of hours. We'll keep our finger crossed, and I know figures will come out. Probably I'll let you guys know.
Very well, Mark. Very well, Mark. Thank you for joining us on the show this morning. We wish you well, and once again, we would like to extend our condolences to the bereaved families, and we would like to say all those in hospital, wish them a speedy recovery, and to all Nigerians, we say take heart during these very difficult times. And that was Mark Lyodo. That was Mark Lyodo, Nigerian journalist, and also Ochena Dream with us on the course of Nigeria and feeds into conversation. I'm Mark, my name is Mr. Obeng Manu, so Anope. Mr. Obeng, Mutie Bibia, every Nigerian journalist, no concerns need and if you listen to him well, I'll say, I invest so much in trying to tackle the problem, but
good luck time, Buhari. But Buhari's one of his main campaign, especially ahead of in 2015, was to be able to deal with this Islamic militant behavior, the attacks and everything. Yeah. And indeed, when he came, Boko Haram's activity sort of went down. Yeah. And of course, political as things will be. Some will even say APC at that time were behind Boko Haram just to make the government of the day unpopular so that they will win the election and all those things. But and you see, these people who do engages in this attack, one, they go in the name of Islam. But the sad thing is that Sebi Encremofo Apapano will come out to say, if you are fighting for Islam, this is not Islam.
No.
This is not Islam. Said you'll be teeny baby or then you go and attack the person. Why any person is that what Islam says? That's certainly no. But because now whether you like it or not, it is no sebi only baby I don't go there. Only baby akwa nipa baby nipa won awu giri se sebi o ko no fa so bi eni so a enko because sebi nipa ba akwa giri there's no way they will attack. They look at baby nipa bebre wo. They attack, then their importance will be established. Say, hey, very soon you will have them coming to some group coming to claim responsibility for the attack in the church in Nigeria. And that's what they have been doing over the years, so that then they become a recognized body for some form of negotiation. And even if you negotiate with these people, they will still go back and do the same. Because Somalia need to, your friends say, Kenya, their negotiations in also. They are one I am far more Al-Shabaab for, all because they want to have some form of importance. Control, and so the more you negotiate with them, the more you give them that recognition for them to keep attacking. So I
mean, young from Ghana, so far, OSHA initiatives, national security, they go Akwamo, the police service, the military, even message, churches in India say they should tighten security. Would you say, as far as preventing and I say, making sure say to me averted danger no. Ultimately, I can say we are your steps are yet taking in the right direction, and Obeka say yeah dear.
No, ne can say as so ma amanfo no nyantiase say the danger exists. That should be established, and that is what I think national security is doing now. Omo ama ye nyantiase say omo, of course, looking at where they sit as people who are in charge of intelligence, and they know things are happening. And say, look, the danger exists. Some suspicious activities. These are numbers that you will quickly have to report so that the security agencies will move in to do the proper investigation and then come out with some form of solution, or if something needs to be averted, that will be done. And you were said say national security to do that. And a national security so was said say almost so bad subai ebenya reshimu ewomu. We are sure say over the past few years people go about showing that sometimes I will call programs where this ceremony cry to introduce you be Raymond or national security who cry phones and then you ask yourself, but you are there to pick intelligence.
To me introduce you saying,
oh yes, you can say, or your national security officer, they are boy and some man, no agenda kunja. But all these things, it doesn't help in intelligence gathering or all. But for instance, over the weekend, Minister for National Security was in the Upper East region with some people from national security apparatus, from the military, from the police, or more to make sure say at least the ears are on the ground and the movement and the monitoring of a friend say those areas, activities, is brought under a certain form of guidance. And so far it's been good. And Empire and say Ghana for so you be who say you be see ananti because the way I change the information man is it they say be obiaba more reception has say Michelle Raymond or has say yeah me say patrol why what's the mission and all those things. So now we must begin to be cautious of the kind of people we engage in. Unim Nipana don't share any information with him. And if we suspect that any movement and they are in danger society, I quickly get somebody alerted. Of course. I think there was this video. Manfo B says somebody wanted to attack a group, your friends, and market people there with Togo. And then from nowhere, this police officer pounced on the person. If it is true, the police officer did well. But we should be willing and we should cooperate with the security agencies, share the necessary information and the needed information with them. Now, if you don't know when these people will attack. And much as your friend is saying, security for A2 and Amombi, these people are always ahead of security.
They always try to find a way.
Sophisticated security countries, US, Britain, wherever, they have attacked. And they have succeeded. Enti yammo ya homode na yammoa national security. And national security so almost so emmo mo ho. Na issues in ba where they have to deal with it decisively. They should deal with it decisively.
Yanko na yanko other issues so no had to do with the National Cathedral in Sensema. Over the last few days, and also to me, take center stage, Nkoma Yedi, Chrome House Nation. And Osha reporter about were told some 25 million Ghana cedis as seed money had been not order abase penny for emphasis cano about this as canabema and penny for moda cathedral project nano. And again, some Okuja to a black one made some allegations over the weekend. He had seen documents that confirm, in 2021 alone, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government had authorized payment of 32 million Ghana cedis of the taxpayers' funds to David Ajayi and Associates for consultancy on his National Cathedral project. We are told that minority in Parliament are calling for accounting on the cathedral. Sikaya spending so far, Abaya spending so far, no sense and something have come up. First question I Ghana for Ebisa and the Sir. Should the taxpayers' funds be used for a project like the National Cathedral? That is, if Sasika Sema Kanyano, if it's true, and from Baby Asikane free bano, if it's true, should taxpayers' funds be involved in the building of this cathedral?
Okay. So
and then the question I Ghana for this.
So you maybe a question we say nti yamra yanko Raymond National Cathedral first canaba na yamfo nkoye. One, your friend is saying
donation.
No. Project na yakoso no send your friend.
National Cathedral.
Okay. Your National Theatre.
Aye.
Why am racing this year?
Oh, sir.
Papa J.
Yeah, okay.
Conference Center, why am racing this year? Papa J.
Yeah.
National Theatre, Papa J, Owie say or serve as president of Ghana. Owie National Theatre no the Konifi.
There be say it's supposed to develop a certain part of media over creative arts more. Over creative arts more. National Theatre no serves a purpose. Over foreign ministry ne conferences ne near ma conference center so a playing a role.
Go then. So you want to understand the role of National Cathedral?
Into about Cathedral more. It says sounds to the taxpayer sika esi. And also because then name say Chrome Hano. Obia or your church. And this is the thinking of Ghanaians. Obia wa sorry bia e won edifice. Obia wa sorry bia e won edifice. Into National Cathedral no. And also role ben eba be play. And any question Ghana for bisa.
Yeah, oh my Ghana. Do we yeji nyamesumdi ana yenji nyamesumdi?
Yejidi.
Enti no say yeji nyamesumdi. Na ye baby as oh my Ghana. Ye besuma say ye no as oh my Ghana. Do we have a place of worship? If I mean on the basis of the issues that we have raised. Say if you have to do a serious, if there's a national Thanksgiving service. I mean NDC MPP, National Thanksgiving says, where do they do it? Ombeko Independence Square, and as Ombeko, your friend is saying, State House. But
we don't lack venues. If we have to hold a ceremony of that magnitude, venues there, any problem.
Weather.
Stadium.
Weather.
But these are even events.
Yes.
It's still once in a while.
Once in a while. But the point is that you see, Papa J, AC National Theatre. Some amount for can say me say here a come a Chrome has say. Urakufo Jubilee House. Or shall say sebi and painful or more nim dear ebe can sema sebi o ubi sound say nanka onko ankwala yes or mukasa answer way. What you say? National Cathedral. A Japadia Nana Danko Kufuado aban a Sidiama or my Ghana Sebio 2025 7 January Akufuado or handy over we are where we National Cathedral will have nothing to do with him, but it will still be the property and as a Bayer Ghana Japadia.
Yeah,
good. A National Cathedral. It is a minor Japadia, sebi. Apart from Omo say Omo sow seed into the project, individually or privately, Omo sow seed into the project, whose responsibility? And I say, why is can say this? Man sika. And at any point in time, Raymond, adie bia anywhere obeye ewo o my Ghana in particular. Unya opposition to it. And so, as a leader, will you listen to, quote unquote, the noise? Tamana, your friend say, Urakufo, Jubilee House, OC Jubilee House. This was 2006, 2007, 2008. And it wasn't fully completed, but he moved in.
Yeah.
Then Sam Yanka, at that time, the NDC in government. At that time, Okujato was a member of CJ, Committee for Joint Action. Urakwesi Pratt was a member of CJ. Urakwesi almost all this, because I went around the country with them covering their demonstrations. They said all manner of things about the Jubilee House. But at any point in time, a leader must take a decision. And you stand by the decision. National Cathedral, my Ghana AC. Apart from say your friend say ebia maybe a besum we say won't it also serve as an attraction, tourist attraction? Raymond, me know what Chrome has say. So what down for be free baby? Bana oka say mpese what they may call places of importance in Accra. Where will you go? Obakasa Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. Obefaho. But is it a place that you may want to say, this is a place that must attract attention, that must give us money?
But my argument say, if it's about tourist attraction, there are tourist sites that will come here we've allowed to run down.
So we don't need a new
Why
one.
don't we put efforts in reviving some of these?
We don't need a new one, right?
Because in there, you can say, zoo, you share different species of animals. I have a problem. And you say, be share Achimota forest, but it's not up to level. No, people are saying, say, initially, a zoo, see, I know, you need to create that so. Then a tourist destination, so I bet me after so. Children's Park, I hear for Sutherland's Children's Park. At the whole, nobody knows what's been done with it.
Tama,
even the mausoleum,
Tama, Ura Mahama, Shas, yes, OCC 200 community day schools. When is a man for Kai? I say, why won't you expand facilities at the existing schools?
Yeah.
Now, man for Intimenko.
Which was legitimate.
Legitimate.
Yeah.
But if you have followed your friends saying the community day schools and the purpose for which it was done and what it is serving now, you realize he acted as a leader. He stood by that decision. And then there are certain communities so those who are saying expand the existing facilities, and what they are trying to say is what they had a school, what they your money at the Ombeko school, or maybe fancy money those big schools. The point is that at any point in time, a decision be making you will get people criticizing. And the criticism will be a comedy amount for which has always been the case.
But you see, Mr. Obeng Manu, yes. We are at a stage of your governance, and you do a certain stage. Ghanaians are complaining about
hardship. Yes.
Conditions of living conditions in here. Fuel prices, taxes are being slapped on it left, right, center. Oko imports in Niama duties, they be oko porter duties air cost road because Abai wants to raise revenue. Oko share e-levy say Abai wants to raise revenue. And Osha Ejumaye for Osha workers are and then we are strike or China we are strike. National service almost say and then on strike I say if they are not paid on more allowances. NAPCO for also almost say into your musika. Ufasa Niama we na boom. Now Osha the state of the nation. And how everybody seems to be making in quote noise now okano. Wouldn't you say
so,
in terms of priority no? So you set your priorities right.
So
say yedisika pudo
25 million Ghana cedis. 25 million Ghana cedis will solve the problems that you have enumerated.
No, but what we say? But you see priorities.
Yeah.
If the people are crying for better conditions of service.
So it comes back to my earlier
should we pay attention to investing Sikana already? The people are burdened with taxes.
Raymond,
should we be so interested in using those funds to build the cathedral? And then the question again.
It comes back to the earlier point I raised.
Yeah.
Say, has there been a time in the history of Ghana, by a BBA, when your endorsement of the people without anybody saying say? Jubilee House in here. Has there been a time like that?
Oh, there's always been opposition.
Yes,
but
so it means that
times there
will always be opposition, Anna.
But times are different.
How?
Post-COVID,
yes,
Russia-Ukraine war, government burdening the people with taxes.
So it
then
means
the same taxes no see cathedral that Ghanaians feel say they don't need at this moment.
But if you speak to sessions of Ghanaians, they will tell you we need a place of that nature. Me, as a Christian, and say me sounds here Ghanaian, me Gidi say I'm for it. I will make financial contribution. Say me 10 bags of cement at the support. A time will come, it will be mentioned say yeah pay your friends say yeah see cathedral no. As soon as I saw maintain the 10 bags of cement by. You see, the point is that, Roman, Kasa ni Yabekasa. To say, Uru Kujato, Kasa, your friend say,
32 million.
32 million. Sebi, Nipan as a consultant. Why can find as a consultant? Who should pay the person?
Taxpayers' money?
No, but who should pay me?
Mr. Obeng Manu. Yeah, Daniel Hubra. Now, come on, Daniel Hubra. Now, your Babaka discussion about to us. David Tamaklo Subabe cancer. On also adding a perspective on the discussion I have. Into your Daniel Kaka, your Babaka, the Happy Morning Show continues. Into keep listening to Happy 98.9 FM and keep watching ETV Ghana. I'm back from the break. You are still listening to the Happy Morning Show. You are also watching the Happy Morning Show live on ETV Ghana. We are also live on Nisim 95.1 FM in Tamale. And also we are, Nisim 95.1 FM in Boga and Nisim 100.1 FM in Tamale. Jumediano air the Happy Morning Show. We started at around 5:30 a.m. and discussions no akososa amasisiano editor's take. And David Tamaklo, editor Emma WhatsApp News abekansa. On Mr. Obeng Manu, on also a editor, Emma Ghanaian publisher. Discussions no koso na medikai esha with security issues koso e Ghana national security or alert modia ba na Ghana Army and Ghana Police Service know how to move up north to check intel be about over the weekend. Na National Security Minister so ekopim wo hobby Nigerians sensema bandits and terrorists to make attack churches in komo ayedi e wodwumedie no so na yeba back to the issue of the National Cathedral and also a creative controversy na amagana for bebre kasa in the last few days for spending spending as far as our project no air concern but mama David Tamaklo akwaba e ba dwumedie no so menim say ebiti dia but akwaba e ba dwumedie so
ebiti mi nasa ebiti mi last week so yeah kwana nya na sa na say
year of rules
fresh or say year of rules no you say kwana na use usable rules I work no aye kitikiti anyway
but makwaba na many Mr. Obeng Manu discuss Cathedral sensem na me will take quickly and send a move to your next topic no and in your to anana opese
na ka me five security ne kakra bi answer ma
okay and the want
to discuss the Cathedral issue with David
no me person me jin agenche o de ma me ju agenche on the Cathedral answer na about security no Ghanaians be akasa I mean some figures have been thrown out according to Okujeto Ablakwa MP honorable or the assembly to just say some 32 million Ghana cedis has been paid and are authorized to be paid to Ajayi and Associates as consultancy fees. Again, there was a release some 25 million Ghana cedis was supposed to be allocated as seed money for the project. Ghanaians be very business and so to and so far more. The situation of drains a problem or flooding a problem or Chrome. Ghanaians say they've been overburdened with taxes. Porter taxes more Osha Ilevia tax how more Osha petroleum prices are cost because of high tax component Ghana for say taxes be multi a year say aban de bekwakosi cathedral na a priority a say aban focus on rather than omo conditions and omo living conditions am woman
Remo
yeah
aban we it is clear say I lose direction. The government has lost direction, and it is not difficult to see. Raymond, bra, a friend says, a cathedral semi ebaya. Who beside akola tetofiwa say, you see a kosi cathedral. A bind and a kobonka. Na dane asiri. Say, no more be brebea a woho, ye a higher set of mine. Abaya oba over position oba power no na in bota any say opese ye production oman e production hub omo identify say Ghana ye problem kese pa ni say ye be friendship natural resources and so intimi produce nti so omo ba omo ye one village one dam omo ye one district one factory obviously sanoma we kabebusi production na aban ebe agi power wi na ye jai sa nyoma nyina e ka se a friend say ya any nyankupo I di boss ya na say ya make ya promise amanyami the time aye campaign no ye disika bubro e kosi cathedral obviously that's a government which has lost direction. And say there were many teeming youths of this country who put their credibility on the line to support President Akufo-Addo and his Vice President Bawumia when they were coming to power. They are disappointed, very disappointed. Look, this cathedral issue, Uka Ajayi, yeah, Omukofa and free friends in UK without any proper tendering process, any proper procurement process, any the architecture, yeah man. Uko a friend saying, yeah, my architects, omu mra edi sa ekune echi. Yeah, try say, obi a yebe man ejuma, aban juma, say oh ye bid anya contract aye e okum han. It was all ye architect. I recognize you say oh ye architect. At the time I hear what this contract ema sajai. Na onye only certificate or room has architect.
But world
it doesn't matter. Emra and a dear Juma. Your man penny munim no. Almost say or your kunini omrem. Me wa. Into Emra and a dear Juma. He's not recognized by our laws as an architect. And no dear Juma na man. And they are why 36 million.
Yeah, allegation.
And allegation, we've seen the documents.
Documents.
If they haven't paid him any money, I've heard my brother here saying, a friend say, "I didn't buy no na one and can chanika."
No,
but see, the government has lost direction. Look, 36 million idea ma ajayi.
Alleged.
Okay.
I
am saying, say, scanner idea man no krano, a bruiser.
Alleged.
Well,
as you are claiming, because me who document there to suggest say. Abrosa.
If a government is transparent, as required of them, should we be here arguing about how much has been given him or not? Should we?
But government is quiet.
This is supposed to be a transparent government.
You who alleges must prove.
This is supposed to be a transparent government.
Yeah.
We are not supposed to be guessing like a lotto stickers.
Creating the impression that
if government is transparent, we are not supposed to be arguing how much was paid architect to build a cathedral with the taxpayers' money. They are supposed to come out and tell us. So, you and I, we will have to go beyond the alleged and force them to tell us the truth. If they paid anything less than 36 million.
So you bundle figures around just so that...
just to get a reaction from government.
No. I have seen something that is better than just sitting down and waiting for government to come and tell me how much. It is my tax money that is being used. If I can't question this, then, I mean, we are better off, condemning ourselves as a banana republic or as useless people. In this case, we are not useless. The people who can't give us the information are useless. Look, if you go to the place that this cathedral
is being built,
is covering, there were state institutions hosted in those enclaves. If I recall, there was a passport office. There was a castle annex. There were judges who were domiciling at the place there. They had the accommodation there. So if you want to look properly at the cost of that cathedral, we start from the basic.
The cost of relocation.
The relocation of all those things. The money that had been even put in those structures. You are going there. Then the cost of relocating the people, how much we are paying for their new accommodation as we speak. I recall they took some of them to properties owned by some of the government cronies. They are the ones being paid by with the taxpayers' money so that they can pave way for cathedral to be built. So I'm telling you, government had invested in building those structures first. The structures have been pulled down. That is wastage. The people taken to another place and being paid for. Then they came to preparing the ground. To architects, we have been told is paid about 36 million. I mean, you can tell how much the bringing down of the engineer who is going to do the thing is taking. So, look, the more I talk about this cathedral issue, the more I am tempted to say certain things That's
but Cathedral no ehun hia asema waka nyina no o purchase Cathedral no ehun hia Ghana for na
I'm going to
because Mr. Obeng Manu your case
so you are asked, let me throw the question ehun hia
o da be say me jo ajunje Obeng Manu aka chem say ehun hia
o say
reasons why ehun hia and I
say be ehun hia and say e wo so wo mfaso bi
yes
mfaso be na
unhu say wo mfaso
oh catch me mfaso be na
so kwa sorry so kwa sorry
because sorry ma sorry me enye wa eduase
Obeng Manu yebe ko edim
okum chacha
just one point.
yeah
Just
a
one
friend
point.
say obinim omu nyina etimi esi sorry
yeah
Can I make
why
one
na
point?
e pa o penya cho say okay no want o say eye botai a friend say promise or the man nyame so it's for him it's no benefit to us.
1 minute family na yanko your next topic
Listen, earlier on me make point to be say National Theatre Papa J we no the call Conference Center Papa J we no the call but President Kufuor a quote or a statement has been attributed to him. I say when time I know see Jubilee House na quote unquote noise no air ban from CJA and the NDC at that time. I say we know the cost of everything. We know the cost of everything, but the value of nothing.
okay
Maybe we can proceed to the next level.
Mr. Tamaklo we dem ma on kasa yanko your next issue so na eno Accra flats in sensem we me do obeshas David
Sila na ka me park ka bi kakra fa
security open still security
but
okay
Accra flood in Assem there
a perennial issue
a perennial issue and it looks like say the more we talk about this the more we demonstrate our on seriousness because Afibia government year budget and budget you know it includes how to engineer our cities, towns and villages against any such disasters. First is the disaster, which is, second is a secondary issue, because if we had done the architectural work very well, then we wouldn't even be looking forward for this disaster. But if you look in our budget, the constructions and all that are in there, who actually questions how this architecture will help us overcome the perennial floods?
It's a Works and Housing Minister.
Who questions them? You see, we are living in a country, particularly when we say we are practicing democracy. What it means is that we must all contribute towards our development as a nation. Everybody must have a say in what makes our nation greater. It is not a situation where, as we are seeing, you give power to people and they think they are to lord that power over you. If we leave it that way, we will all be here, perhaps talking till there is no one else left. Because often the people we give power to don't think. Once the power comes, they stop thinking. And that is why the democracy should have been better for us, that everybody is able to talk. Obeng Manu knows something about, architecture. He's also able to share his idea. He knows that, and we all judge till we come to the best solution to our problems. This is not what we have currently. We have a situation where you vote for people, they think they know it all, yet they take the other direction from the direction they have promised you. So our flooding issue, I'm not going to go into the figures being bundled around as to how much has been paid to dredge the Odo River, because we cannot be doing that forever. We cannot be, every year, we say, oh, there is flood, then they cough out the taxpayers' money, go and dredge Odo River, we back, the sun comes in the next time, and then we go back dredging the same thing. It's like people who don't think. We must think. We are human beings. We should think away from that. We should provide solution. And if you excuse me,
now, let me go to Obeng Manu. We are now my bar for security take no. Obeng Manu quickly. You floods no and any devastating effects over the last few months. Now, Abai is also telling us they've spent some 450 million Ghana cedis as far as trying to bring some drains up to scratch and some other projects are mitigating the impact of the floods. No, but according to say, we are not really seeing the results of some investments now. A lot of people have said, Abai is just paying lip service, and our successive governments have just paid lip service to your flooding issue. And your flooding issues, is there an end in sight?
So long as we continue to behave the way we are behaving, we will be here every year to discuss this matter.
How are we behaving?
On Nipa, Yesubai. In fact, experts will tell you, say, in sooner I tono, and the cause of the flooding. The cause of it, yen Nipa, Yesubai. Nedi President Kufuor Alajo Gata, big one, okay.
Yeah.
There was a major flood. I think was it 95 or so. I need to be brief for Muwu. When President Kufuor won the election, or yes, I got no. A manity flood issues, especially within that enclave for super.
So more of that will be needed.
That is one. And a two, me know what you say. Sebi unka, krobiemu, okwa. Insu krobia ni where insu anymore, insu in the kronu. There's almost a river body within almost every town. Yeah, Odona. Odo river no. Sebi ubeti mne omba. And as I said, ubeti mne onamu for krakwa kujina ho. So yen pe some refreshment, yen pe drink if then yen jina say any. What does it tell us? It tells us sebi you omoa a showman saso mu 2 and more no. When they have slept on that job for only God knows. Your culture say in Suini, so don't build on this waterway. Now what we see now.
But somebody has to work to make sure says I building in the
neighbor. We see in see now how. Now what we see now. It's say when your friend say Langa the Biamo what Thomas assassinate the amount cheaply. Into what talk assassin and we sit down and we blocking soon no fine. Into soon no tire. And soon go for ma as saw no so fine in the way. And nearby continue Yesuba Moneno and a massive flood number. And so long as we continue to entertain this and as we continue to show this attitude, the flood will always come. Near Tosum, you were Oko assembly beer, your building inspectors were. So all those building inspectors within every assembly, omunim babia ensuo ewo, omunim babia ensuo kwan ewo. Question I say be say won say, hey nano as Asenso Boachi, Minister for Western Housing, I think said the first winner a chassis no or no, and he was asking the assemblies to enforce the laws. I say, but Minister, the assemblies are not supposed to enforce the laws. Is that what you are trying to suggest to us? Enti yewo MMDCs ewo krobiemu ewo krom ha sei. Omunim AMA boss Elizabeth Saki enim. Your friend say ajetewua enim. Omu nyina omu krom nyina omunim say aha sei ensuo to a ha na efa. So what have they done? What have they done?
So Sikana on Baye Juma.
Come on. Enti no bosome so yetuaka enti obi esi dan wa ha sei kwakwa to asase no eye nsuo ma o si dan no okwa inse so obekọ akwahwe se nipa ensi dan no okwa na odo akwahwe dan na chi na onu wadi nkomo na waka se wakwa stop work produce permit. Once you see produce permit effectively they say you what they are at the right time we will come.
Yeah.
So you continue to do that job, you will build on the waterway co-wager. After wager sir in Sona Dahono, at least Ombakacho say about 500 or between 300 to 500 meters away, don't build say yesiama aka kra bi ebi mu kra dan e wo nsuo na no enso no per arrangement se na esitie no senka weja dam no eye ma baby ana enwura no won ombe bie se na nsuo no betimi afam but then yesisi adan wo ho nyina so say you can spend $1 billion to do the dredging master so long as we continue to behave the way we behave say amanfo obekwa akoto nsase asida e wo nsuo kwan so assemblymen are more responsibility and as a MMDC are more responsibility to make sure say people will not build on the waterways. Yes, so are citizens are making sure say we will not throw rubbish and your friends say refuse into your friends gutters. And so Osha obi enu anu watu bola egum.
And the problem no be persist.
And I be say I was say sabi o mpanyfo no a omohwe kuro we so no. Dodo asan Mahama Ura Mahama when we say what time enwura de akwa kogu gatem da. And so no sabi esia omo ti omo boy bi no omo na edi omo atem because we feel say they have to do something right. Yeah. But we also as a citizen no what have you done? What are you doing?
Obeng Manu, Matthew was here, but as a emergency, the final words. David, no one bantam. I mean, the final words. Also, was security issues.
Oh, Krumana, friends, Chrono.
It is security issues. No,
maybe me interviews. Me Minia. All of a sudden on security matters. Wabe pastor. And a friend saying me Nigeria, interview now. I'm a little. I mean, last week. Me high car security who wants him. Yeah, me car say a grown adults. Joke no, I had too much. You have national security, whose mandate is on a friend saying, yeah, you have elaborate national security involving military police near you. Now, much later, Edima ear man for some muhunkophobia muninam a tamalintino. Yenye day. But don't they meet at the security level anymore? The joke is too much. They should stop the joke. National security, they should stop the joke. First of all, with those rogues out of the national security. And then try to relate with the security system and solve this problem. You can educate us, that's fine. But with this joke of writing letter to tell us, we don't need to hear it.
David Tamaklu, editor, Emma WhatsApp News, and also Edina Jinche, our editor stick so, and Mr. Obeng Manu Yao, a Ghanaian publisher, managing editor, and also Ebe Cancer, the editor stick a bremo, our happy morning show. Opinion for Madam Ase for your time on the show this morning.